responsibilities. And so there's these legal and ethical responsibilities. They're called fiduciary obligations. And there are 3 duties that you need to know about. And there's some other roles and responsibilities, but I just want to lay these 3 things out up front. We'll talk about them in separate videos. But these fiduciary responsibilities are really important, and they're the core. And you should think about them carefully with any organization. And as you're evaluating, if you're not on the board already, as you're evaluating a board to join, you want to make sure this board has some things in place so that when you take on this responsibility, you're in a good spot as a member of the board. So you've got 3 duties. It's the duty of care, duty of loyalty, and duty of obedience. These responsibilities say that you're going to be loyal to the organization among everything else. You're not going to put your own responsibilities, your own business, your own organization. You might be on some other nonprofit boards. You're not going to put those first. When you serve as board member, you're going to put that first. There's some other things with that. Duty of obedience, you're going to obey the law. You're going to file taxes. You're going to obey the things in the bylaws. You're going to obey the policies. You're going to obey a lot of things. If you're related to healthcare, you're going to obey HIPAA. If you're related to education, you're going to obey FERPA. You're going to obey these laws. There are a lot of things related to that. And duty of care, you're going to care about the assets, the resources of the organization. You're going to care about this organization lasting into the future. Those are the 3 things. So if you're coming into an organization, stop and think about these 3 duties: duty of care, duty of loyalty, duty of obedience. Do you think this organization is in a good spot for you to comfortably assume these fiduciary roles? You can ask some great questions before taking that on. Make sure they've got insurance to cover the members of the board. That's a great question to ask. Ask about the financials. And by the way, you can look those up online. They're public information. I like to use guidestar.org. It's free. You can sign up. They don't pester you with all sorts of information. Go on, look up the organization, get in there, and you can look up their 990s. They're usually 18 months to 2 years old, but take a look. If they've been losing money for years, boy, they might really need you, that's for sure, but they might be struggling. There might be some real things, and so you might really want to talk about that before you join that board. What have their decisions been about? Why are they struggling so much? And they may have told you this, you may know this already, but make sure you know going in. Talk about the leadership. It is okay to interview for a board in the same way that you interview for a job. And just as I told my adult children when they were interviewing for their first job, they're not just interviewing you, you're interviewing them. They should be recruiting you. They should be willing to answer questions, right? So it's the same thing. So again, the most important things that you need to know with this fiduciary role of a governing board: duty of care, duty of loyalty, duty of obedience. We've got some future videos in the rest of our series, so take a look at these on our YouTube channel at Schmucker Advising, and you'll learn more about your roles and responsibilities, and particularly these 3 duties. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.